as an official representative of the State of Israel, of the Knesset, Israeli Parliament. To pay tribute to an Israeli hero, Staff Sergeant and sharpshooter in the elite Golani Brigade, Max Steinberg of blessed memory. Many of Max's childhood, high school, and college friends may be wondering, Max, an Israeli national hero? How? When did this happen? How did a regular American boy grow up collecting baseball cards like all of us, a Bob Marley fan like some of us, become a name that will be uttered forever with the utmost respect, a name listed among the nation's greats? To paint the picture for all of you, in the midst of a war, with all that a war entails, in the middle of a regular workday, 35,000 Israelis paused to converge on Mount Herzl, Israel's national military cemetery, to attend Max's funeral. 35,000 people who did not have the privilege of knowing or meeting Max while he was alive took the time and made the effort to travel from miles away and then stand in the heat of the summer to say farewell to Max. 35,000 people from all walks of life, from all of the very many populations which reflect on all too often polarized Israeli society, unified together to pay their respects to Max. Why? There's a story which has been passed down in Jewish tradition, and I have no doubt exists in the traditions of other faiths as well, about someone who decided he wanted to change the world, realized he couldn't change the world, thought about changing his country, couldn't do that, then his city, then his neighborhood, then his street, then his family, couldn't even influence his family, decided just to work on himself. And once he changed himself, he then influenced his family, and impacted his neighborhood, his country, and then his country was able to change the world. Max did not set out to change a country and a nation. He simply chose to do what he thought was right, and what spoke to him from the deepest part of his soul. And in the process of doing what he thought was right, that which would make him a better person, he not only defended me, my wife, my 4 children, and millions of others, but he also succeeded in lifting the spirits of an entire nation. The college years in America are free, they're fun, minimal responsibility, maximum enjoyment. Max could have easily continued that path, continued to live a life of relative ease with the comfort and love of his wonderful family and friends nearby. But unlike most people his age, Max was not living life just for his own enjoyment and pleasure. He understood that life is about something much deeper than that. And while visiting Israel in 2012, something stirred inside of Max. The notion of living for others instead of just for himself pulled at him. And Max stood up to be counted, moved to Israel, and joined the Israel Defense Forces. Max fell in battle, in the most just of battles that could ever be fought, to stop Hamas, ruthless terrorist killers, from firing rockets at Israeli cities with intent to kill innocent civilians, and to put an end to the tunnels of terror, which terrorize Israeli neighborhoods. Israelis like myself, who never had the privilege of meeting Max, began to hear about a young man from California who left in order to fight and defend us. We became filled with gratitude to Max and also filled with inspiration. Max not only defended us, but he taught us to rethink what is truly important in life, to assess whether we are living lives just for ourselves, as most people do, or whether we are willing to help, to give to others, and if there are reasons beyond ourselves, that we would be willing to even die for. At Max's funeral, I had the opportunity to thank Max on behalf of myself, my family, the Knesset, and all the people of Israel. I want to use tonight as an opportunity to represent those same bodies, the Knesset and Israel, and thanking you, Stuart and Evelyn, for raising such a special young man. Thank you for raising a Jewish and Israeli hero. To Paige and to Jay, thank you for sharing your heroic brother with us. I hope that alongside the sadness in the morning, you are filled with pride over who your son and brother was and what he accomplished. I also want to thank all four of you for exhibiting such grace, dignity, and honor when upon arriving in Jerusalem, your private mourning suddenly, and I think unexpectedly, became very public. And you suddenly had the weight of a grieving nation thrust onto your shoulders. May God bless Max's memory and the two countries to which Max brought such great pride, the United States of America and the State of Israel. May every single one of us, on both sides of the ocean, learn from Max's example to change ourselves to be people who live to help and to give to others. By doing so, like Max, we can make the world a better place and truly light up the world. This will be a tribute to his memory and will continue his legacy. We in Israel will work to not only to continue learning from Max's example, but to also maintain the unity exhibited when we all join together to mourn his passing and to honor his life. A hero like Max deserves nothing short of that.